get it, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Uh, this channel is about stories, pretty soon about traveling. Uh, Getting to know people. This is what this channel is going to be about. Getting to know people, just different things, walking with Belle. So now, today, the story that I have for today. So I used to work at this university called Arizona State University here in Arizona. And I worked on the main campus. And I'm always an on-time individual. And so I get to work early so that I don't, uh, have to rush into working. So I can sit in the car and decide what employee is going to do what and just those type of things, go over the day, how I want it to go. And so I'm sitting in the car. So I see, as I'm sitting in the car, my employees pulling up because I had a shift that was like 7 to like something 4 in the morning or something like that. And, you know, you know how when you see your employees, they wave, they talk, they come over to the car because it's before time to work. Because once it's time for work, I'm all about work. Before then, during lunchtime, we all good. So I decide, okay, well, let me go open things up so they can get in and we can have our meeting. Everybody's up to speed with, new things that's coming out, new technologies, new ways of doing things. You know, they get to ask questions, I get to ask them questions, and, you know, we keep the flow. So I get out the car. I'm walking up the ramp, and it's this young dude sitting up there having a whole bunch of fun with himself. So, you know how when you first see something, you kind of can't believe it. So I'm like, I'm sure I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. And come to find out, I was seeing exactly what I thought I was seeing. So I went over to the guy. I said, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "Now this is not an appropriate place to have fun with yourself." I said, "I got the keys. I'll let you in this restroom, and you could go for it. You can have plenty privacy." I said, because we have young kids on this campus, we have older women, we got students, we just got people from the general public walking around the campus, and they didn't need to be seeing this type of stuff. So I'm trying to, resolve the situation in a nice way. So he tells me, "I'm gonna have to kick your behind because you are disturbing my fun." So I told him, I said, "Well, so now in the meantime, one of my employees who is about 6'2", 260, he comes and he stands back a little bit. So I'm thinking, okay, if anything goes down, oh, I know dude gonna have my back. He not gonna let no lady get into uh no nothing. He's not gonna let a lady get into anything, right?" So I'm talking to the dude. I'm trying to keep it very calm, so we don't escalate the situation because, first of all, this is a campus that people are on 24 hours a day. People are, going to the library there. They people live on campus. It's just, it's a big campus. And so he decides, so I'm steady telling him, "Hey, dude, I don't got nothing against you or nothing like that, but hey, won't you go in this restroom and do your thing? We got a family restrooms. You can go in there and lock the door. We even have, a public restroom. Hey, we even got showers in there for you, dude, if that's what you choosing to do." So, like I said, he told me that I was disturbing his fun. So I said, "Well, I'm just going to have to be honest with you. You can't do that right here. you're out in the public. This is a public area. People can actually see you, and that's unacceptable on this campus. So he decides he wanted to jump on me. So I'm thinking, okay, well, got my big guy right here. I know I'm good. I'm an old lady, but I don't act like an old lady. I don't move like an old lady, right? So he swings. I had to lay him out, right? So I'm thinking, my big guy, once I swing on this guy, that he's going to jump in. He's going to help me to get this situation under control where we can just hold the guy, right? So, in the meantime, like I said, this is a wide open campus to anybody. Some people see me and him scuffling, so they call the police. So, the next thing I know, I'm holding the guy for the police, right? And they bring a whole bunch of officers, So, uh, I grabbed the guy, I hold him up for the police. I said this dude was doing such and such and such and such. That's not allowed on the campus. Plus, the campus has its own police department. So, of course, their police department is going to uh, respond, and uh, the regular city police is going to respond. And so, oh boy, they come screaming down the street. I was so glad for that because they were on top of their business. I'm never mad about them because anytime that I had to call law enforcement on the ASU campus, they were there immediately. I've had people stuck in elevators, fire department come immediately. I didn't have to try to calm the people down too long or whatever. So they law enforcement was on top. So they see the guy and what's happening with him. And so they started laughing. So we all started laughing and they said, well, what you want to do with him? I said, well, I asked him to go in the restroom, which would have been the end to this whole saga. I said, but he refused and then he hit me. So they asked my employee who was standing there, and they was like, well, did this guy hit her first? He was like, yeah, he hit him first. He hit her first. And uh, boy, let me tell you something. When you're out in public, be cautious, ladies. Be cautious, gentlemen, because you don't never, ever know what you gonna run into. And like the dude said, I was disturbing his fun. And I wanted him to have fun. I really did. But have fun by yourself. I ain't mad what you're doing, but have fun by yourself, right? So, of course, I'm having to talk back and forth to the police because me and him did get into a scuffle or whatever. So he eventually, end up in court and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just wishing that young man the best, hoping that he gets his, stuff together, because I even told the police that. I said, I understand that maybe he's going through something and this is what caused him to do that. And I said, my thing is, I want you guys to get him some help. I don't necessarily want him to sit in jail, but he needs some help because you just don't do though. You don't have fun by yourself out in the public like that, right? So this is just a tale of life experiences that I've had. My employees came in that day, and I have a higher up myself that I have to report to, so they see all these police and the ambulances, because that's how they come in. That's how they come: police, ambulance, and the fire. So they see all these people, they come over, they ask me what's happening. So everybody, we take everything serious because, like I said, it's a public university. And anybody on that university should feel safe. And it was everybody's job on that campus to make sure that if we saw something that we addressed it so it didn't get out of hand. It didn't matter what it was. And yeah, that one had to be addressed, what you call immediately. But ladies, gentlemen, it doesn't matter who sees this. Be careful. Watch your surroundings. Be aware. If you come across a situation, I just had to take care of the situation immediately because I was the boss. If you're not the boss, then you must immediately call somebody else to try to resolve the situation. Because I'm not asking anybody to, do something that's not in their wheelhouse. And so yeah, just be careful out there, and try not to have fun with yourself in the Publix. Okay, this is Val from YouTube signing off. Got a good one for y'all tomorrow. It's better than this one today. Bam. Talk to y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Need to get the viewership up. Let's do it. I need the help. Thank you.